just,
I'm not mad at you.
just the best thing that's happened to me in a really long time, and I just don't want anything bad to happen, so just please don't be mad at me, okay, Joel? Just don't be mad.
I'm sorry. I get it. I love you. I really do.
I love you too.
Well, that was emotional. Well, first off, Zendaya, congratulations on the Emmy nom, and just
Thank you.
congratulations on being Zendaya. I want to just start off, Euphoria, when it first, launched, not everyone really knew what it was. They just saw the poster, they saw glimpses of it. But how are your feelings about Euphoria now, when you first started, compared to now? How has that journey been?
Oh man, I mean, I think I'm very lucky to say that I've loved it every step of the way. I'd never, I think from the beginning, this has been something that has been so special to me, and has connected with me in such a profound way, and I just feel so lucky, just to be a part of it, at all. And so, yeah, I think I'm just grateful that feeling has never gone anywhere. I every day I'm still excited to get back to it. I'm still very much grateful, for the people and that I work with, that you guys have been able to meet and talk to, because we have so many talented people, not just on our cast, but, there's so many more people that make this thing happen and are so incredibly talented. And like I said, I just feel lucky every day to learn from them, work beside them. It really is a special thing that I feel like we're able to do. So, yeah, I feel great still.
Rue is a very complex character, nuanced, and
Right.
she goes on this journey through the series. But how did you inform playing her? Did you use people from your own life, your past? How did you dig deep? And how did you dig deep and kind of, because the scene we just saw, that under a minute, there's so much that happens in there, and I can't imagine the toll that takes on you emotionally, as Zendaya versus Rue. But were there any people that you, or like things or experiences that you helped inform your portrayal of Rue?
Well, at the end of the day, I think, a lot of specific situations between Rue and I obviously are very different. But at the end of the day, pain is pain. Sadness is sadness, happiness is happiness. And so when you are able to connect and find where we connect, it might be a completely different situation that we've been through, but where does that emotional thing line up? And, Euphoria has definitely taught me to be more, not just in tune with my emotions, but allow me to feel a bit more than I ever did allow myself to feel. Because I really feel that's the only way to do something like this. And again, I attribute that to the space that was able to be created on set, and the open dialogue that I was able to have with Sam, who's like family to me, and being able to have a space where you feel protected and you feel safe and you feel like you can reach these emotional moments, especially, because you have to do it a lot. I mean, everybody in the cast has moments where they really have to dig in and expose parts of themselves, and do it in front of the camera and in front of, a crew of people. And it really is a family unit, on that set. You really do feel comfortable enough to go there. At least I always did. And so, that's usually part of it, but it's also just finding those human emotions and those human connections that really, like, again, the specifics may be different, but the emotions are the same.
Yeah. I mean, like, going off of that, just going deeper into the character of Rue, what were some of your biggest challenges? Because the character of Rue has a lot of challenges. So you're kind of in tandem with her and just experiencing with her. What were some of the biggest challenges for you to play her during this like season, which is essentially just introducing this world of Euphoria and introducing Rue to us?
Right. I mean, there, like, you know, when it comes to Rue, there's only, I can only understand things to a certain extent because I haven't personally dealt with addiction or, you know, or certain experiences that make Rue who she is. But then again, that's again where I lean on Sam, because of a lot of these experiences are personal, are real, and stories that have actually happened. And that's when we have our conversations, and we really just, you know, they could last for however long, but he really is an open book in that sense, which I think is, you know, extremely admirable. I don't think I would be that. I don't think I could do that, but he really is able to provide me with so much knowledge. But also, I mean, I think Rue is kind of like a smush of him and me, in our own ways. Like it's this weird thing. And we found that we were Sam and I are very, very similar in personality, which we didn't really know walking into it, because that just seems like, why would you know that? And then all of a sudden, like, you just, oh my gosh, this is the same. We like this, and you don't like this, and I don't like this, and there's so many similarities between us. I think that's why we've become so close. You know, I think that's why it works. But as that kind of unfolded along the season, then you're like, oh my gosh, okay, so then this creature, this amazing person that is Rue, is formed from just our collective life experiences, you know. And I've always said it, but Rue definitely doesn't feel like a huge departure from who I am. I think a lot of people, you know, like, whoa, this is, you know, so different and so far out of what you usually do, and doesn't seem like yourself. And to a degree, of course it is. Yeah, it is. She's very different from me, and she has a lot of different life experience, a lot of things I will never fully understand. But with that being said, there is something that feels so close to me with her, you know, something that feels so personal and so similar to me. I don't know. I never feel like I'm putting something on or I'm pretending when I get through. You know, it's just like something I slip into. So yeah, I don't know. It's very special that way, I think.
Yeah, I mean, you obviously have learned a lot from playing Rue, and kind of learned a lot about yourself and your ability as an actor, and just as, you know, Zendaya, just the woman. You know, there's a broad spectrum of people who will be watching this, from teens to, you know, 40 somethings to even like seniors. But what do you hope that no matter where you are in life, people take away from the story that Euphoria is telling?
Right. I mean, Euphoria is definitely not some type of, I don't know, there's no moral high ground. You know, it's not, this is how you should be doing, you know, that's not what this show is. This show is it's, to me at least, you know, it's storytelling. It's the ability to see life through someone else's eyes. That's, you know, that's her job. Whether it didn't happen to you or it did happen to you, it's happening to somebody somewhere. And that idea of, and I think that's what's always interesting about the backstories to each character. You know, you're able to form a full opinion about who this person is because you get to know who they are. And sometimes the backstories come later, right? So I think a lot of the empathy that is had for Rue from the beginning, and also really empathy for her, for addiction, and truly understanding it from an inside perspective, is because we're able to learn about, from the first episode, who she is and where she's come from and why she is the way she is. And I think that, in a beautiful way, gives us so much more empathy for her as a person and as a character. And so when she does make the wrong decisions or does do the wrong thing, we still root for her, because we get her and we understand where she's come from. We understand where her pain is coming from. And I think that's true to every character. You know, you learn the little things that are the big things that have made them who they are. And to me, that's kind of that thing of like never just judging a book by its cover or whatever line that you could come up with. But it is truly looking at people as full, whole, complicated, complex human beings, and understanding why they make the decisions that they make. And whether you agree with them or not, it's just being able to see people for all that they are instead of just, you know, the version that they, you know, show to the world or the mistakes that they've made. So, and they're young, you know, these are young people living now. And I think just having empathy for young people living now. I mean, I'm the young person living now, but I also got to go to, you know, middle school and without social media. So that's like a whole different judge right now. You know, I'm not, I do not envy that, you know, it's a whole new thing. But yeah, I think it's that. And it's also, you know, I think a big part of it is just feeling less alone. I think the ability for people to, at any age, really see themselves in a character or have a feeling or an inside thought or emotion that they've never really seen communicated in this way before, and give words to it is really, really special. So yeah, just that feeling like you're not the only one who's going through what you're through.
Yeah, I think, and then, you know, today we talked to, like, it was so interesting to talk to everyone from different parts of the show. We talked to Daniela and Heidi from makeup and costumes. We talked to Jen and Labyrinth from the music. And to hear them speak and hear you talk as well, and how all of this came together, it's kind of like this Voltron of like this like narrative this teen narrative that we aren't used to seeing. And also it's a teen narrative, like you just said, is a universal story of, you know, everyone just wants to belong, right? Especially now where we are. But when you first saw, like after you shot and everything was done and you saw the first episode, or even just saw the whole first season, and you saw, you know, Heidi and Daniela's work and Jen and Labyrinth's work all just kind of melding, like the final product, what was your initial reaction just like watching the first season?
Well, I kind of got to watch things as we went. So after we shot the pilot, I got to watch a cut of the pilot while I was actually shooting Spider-Man in London, and I was so nervous. I was so scared to watch it, but so excited. Very strange feeling. But yeah, no, I watched it and I was like, yo, I was like,
it's a mood.
This is, I mean, because I've always been a fan of camera work and of cinematography, but never really this, I think, sucked in by it, you know. Every day that I was on set, I was just kind of blown away by the shots that they would figure out and how beautiful. Even just there's a scene of me like riding my bike through the alleyway, and when she's headed to NA, and it's as I was riding the bike, I was like, this is F word beautiful. Like, this is crazy. I felt like I was like riding through a dream, you know. And when it comes to, you know, all the different characters, I mean, Rue is pretty simple with her clothes, but she still has a very distinct style and look and things that I can look at things. I go places and like, that's a Rue shirt or that's a this, and I'll maybe buy it or bring it or text Heidi. But I'm always blown away at the looks because, you know, a lot of, you know, the ladies of Euphoria serve looks every episode. And I get excited myself. I'm like the quickest one in hair and makeup, but I get excited to see what they come up with and what they have done. I mean, I know like the winter formal episode, like I was like, everyone looks so amazing and like, you know, the combination of hair and makeup and wardrobe and how it complements each other and how much thought is put into it. Even on an emotional level, you know, I know they track the characters emotionally when they do their hair, makeup, and wardrobe, and where they are, and how that is reflected in their clothing or in their hair and makeup. It's just like, I'm blown away myself, and very, very lucky to have such a creative team. And Sam knows what he wants. You know, he's very, very clear about the looks that he likes and certain things he likes on specific. Like, he'll tell me like, oh, I like this on your face shape because on camera it brings out your this and whatever. Like, he's very, very, you know, just knows his stuff in that sense. And I mean, obviously the music is a huge part of the show.
Yeah.
And that is like just incredible. Like, he blows me away every time. I mean, I listen to the Euphoria soundtrack my damn self, just if I want to really get in the feels, you know what I'm saying? I'll throw that on. But it is, I couldn't say enough great things about his talent. The fact that he was able to capture the sound of a television show so well is incredible. You know, there's nothing. Yeah, it just feels like the show. You know, I don't know how he was able to create a sound for it, but he did, and he did it beautifully. So, yeah.
Well, Zendaya, thank you so much again for chatting, and congratulations on the show. You know, we're looking forward to what's next for Rue and Jules, and you know, it's just like I said before. It's not a show; it's a mood. So, and it's a wonderful mood. But thank you so much, Zendaya.
Of course, thank you so much.
Thank you all so much for joining Deadline's virtual house for Euphoria.